around the country. He's making it known he wants another shot in the NFL. Now he's reuniting with his old 49ers coach, Jim Harbaugh, after it was announced that Kaepernick will serve as the honorary captain at Michigan's spring football game. Shannon, handicap this one for us. Do you think any other NFL team is ever going to give him another shot?
I don't. And I didn't think that was going to happen, 6 years ago, Skip? And I don't think it's going to happen now. I get it. A lot of the landscape has changed, but someone's going to have to convince me that the owners' minds and hearts have changed.
Yep.
That's what's going to need to happen. Pete Carroll says Cap has reached out to him about trying out with the team, but their conversation has not progressed. I watched a bunch of his workout to kind of keep me up with what's going on. He's really working hard. He's all over the country, traveling around, getting his workout in. So he's still competing for it.
And?
I ain't got no job for it, but I see he's working hard.
Our talks have not, why not?
Exactly. They were never going to progress. He had him in there and could have worked him out. Could have gave him a pair of shorts, a T-shirt, put him in a helmet, and said, okay, Cap, let me see what you got.
Back in
2017, 2018.
Yep.
He could have done that.
He could have.
He didn't.
Nope.
Now, 4 years later, 5 years later, you think this man is going to give Cap a chance? I don't even know why he keeps talking about Cap. Damn. Nobody's even asking you about Cap. You brought up something about Cap to keep people from asking you how the hell you let Russell Wilson leave. Oh, players come and go, but the philosophy stays the same. Okay, I'm going to see how much that philosophy wins you, how much you're going to win now. Because eventually they're going to get tired of you. Because the Legion of Boom is not coming back. Russell Wilson is not coming back. Skip, I just don't get it. I do not believe. Look, I think I have a good understanding of what Colin Kaepernick means to Jim Harbaugh. I think I have a good understanding. Went to 3 NFC championship games, took him to a Super Bowl, and was a throw away from winning the Super Bowl. So I think I have a pretty good idea of what Cap means to him. But unfortunately, he's in college and Cap has no eligibility left. This is an NFL-related matter. And I think it's great that Cap's going back, going to be the honorary captain of the spring game at Michigan.
Yep.
But Skip, this is an NFL-related matter. And I don't believe an NFL owner because, Skip, they still haven't got over this. This is about deterrent. Because if they give Cap another opportunity, they're like, well, damn, somebody else would decide another thing to stand up on and feel they can do that. So, no, I do not believe Cap is going to get an opportunity. I believe he was white ball, and ain't no coming back from when you're white ball. That's the ultimate cancel culture. When them 32, ain't no coming back from that.
Yep.
You might get another job somewhere else, but it ain't going to be in there.
Especially if you sue them and they settle with you, then it's like, go away, right?
Yes, basically that's what they basically paid you to do.
Okay, I find it fascinating, though poignant to the point of sad, that Colin is now doing a tour of America in which he's holding workouts in various cities. I know he did one in Dallas for a select few people. I don't think cowboy people are involved, but just dignitary-type people. Right. Just to say, I'm still here, and look what I can do.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt he's in peak shape.
Right.
And he's obviously extremely healthy. And by the way, through his career, he never had a serious injury. Right. So he was always very durable.
Right. He just had the shoulder surgeries that kept him out for half the season.
That is correct. But he's 34 years of age, and given what Brady continues to do, that makes him like middle age for a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
He used to be old.
Right.
Obviously, he has now missed 5 full football seasons, and we've never seen anybody come back after missing 5. You could argue there'd be some injury issue that would keep somebody out for a couple, maybe.
Right.
But this is no injury for 5 years.
Skip, people are questioning, well, how good is Deshaun going to be after missing a year?
Yep.
Can you imagine missing 5 years at that position? Skip, now we're not talking about, hold on, because the defensive lineman that was at the 49ers, he ended up playing for your Cowboys. He missed a number of years and came back. And you see
Alden Smith.
Skip, thank you. Skip, and you see, now can you imagine the quarterback position missing that length of time? What Alden Smith had to do is just go get the quarterback. That's your only job. Don't even worry about it. Just go get the quarterback. There's so much more going on. Skip, look, I wish someone would have given it, really legitimately given Cap an opportunity in 26, and after this happened. But you and I, we talked about it, Skip. Nobody has talked about this subject more than Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp on Undisputed.
Yep.
I defy you to find someone.
I agree.
And we both were in agreement. It's not going to happen. You see how the owners spoke. Jerry Jones was defiant. John Mara, a lot of owners were defiant, were very upset that he took this stance, and you dragging some of our other players along with you. No, no, no. We'll inspire change. We'll get rid of hate, love one another. But you started this. You're going to pay the ultimate price for this. This is martyrdom.
Yeah. No,
he lost his career.
He did.
Because of what he believed in.
Okay. So it almost feels like the league chose Pete Carroll to pay lip service to this because he volunteered it last week in a media session where there's no reason.
Oh, I know you're going to bring up Colin Kaepernick. No, we weren't.
No, we're not. And then Colin flew to the University of Washington in Seattle to hold a workout. And then even yesterday, he said that he's still hoping that Seattle's door is open and that I get a chance to walk through it. Well, this is just flat out sad because Pete Carroll's saying talks have not progressed. What talks? There's no talking. There was no talking.
He called you, said he was working out. You're like, okay, that's nice.
Because it's not like you're trying to quibble over, are we going to pay you $8 million or $12 million? Well,
right.
Well, no million. Yeah. You're just going to go try out. You're going to go to camp.
Right.
And let's see what you got.
Right.
And maybe you're going to play in a preseason game or two, and let's see what you got.
They're not bringing him in.
Hey, do I believe with all my heart and soul that right here, right now, Cap would be better than Drew Lock this coming season?
Sure.
I just believe it. I've seen enough. He was 4-2 in the playoffs, was Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. He played his best football when it mattered the most, to my eye.
Right. And he beat Aaron Rodgers. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he beat Aaron Rodgers twice in the playoffs.
He lit them up at home, and then he went up there in the cold and beat them.
Well, Skip, I mean, now that we're looking at things, that might not be as impressive as we previously thought.
Okay. Well, but it's still,
but he beat him,
it's the Green Bay Packers.
You look at the way he played in those games. Damn what Aaron Rodgers did on the other side. Look at the way he played.
Right.
Damn near 200 yards rushing. Speaks for itself.
And he came within a very controversial throw, an uncalled pass interference, of winning the Super Bowl.
And another underthrow from going back to the Super Bowl.
Slightly underthrown, the Richard Sherman play. Richard didn't intercept it. He
tipped it back and the guy intercepted it.
Okay.
I think Malcolm Smith did.
Yeah, it was. Okay, so now we go back to Jim Harbaugh, who's doing everything in his power to get Cap back on the map. Okay, I'll make you the honorary captain of the spring game.
Right.
Come here and let's get some video out and work out with my team.
Right.
Which he did.
Right.
Okay, so what did Jim Harbaugh do for Colin Kaepernick? As you say, he believes in him.
Yes.
Well, he was instrumental in the drafting of Colin Kaepernick in the second round. And then remember what Jim Harbaugh had the guts to do?
Yeah.
Game 10. It was game 10. This is, I'm going to point out, a white coach with a white quarterback drafted number 1 overall. Alex Smith. And they're a pretty good team at that point.
Right.
And he thinks we can be better with this kid.
Right.
And game 10, he demotes Alex Smith and goes with Colin Kaepernick, and the rest is almost Super Bowl history.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. Okay? And Jim believes in him. Jim loves him. And Jim is doing all he can to sort of get him back on the map. And now it's clear. I don't know exactly why Colin decided to do it now. You would think this tour would have happened 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he's been out of sight, out of mind. And I'm sure the NFL's a little shocked over where did this come from? What happened?
What's the saying, Skip? A penny late, a dollar short?
I know. Yeah.
That's what it's.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with you. I mean, this tour probably should have happened in 2017, 2018.
And then he had the one debacle of that session that he tried
that was supposed to be at, Flowery Branch or somewhere in Atlanta, and then
they moved it to a high school.
Moved it to a high school out near the airport. I just don't see it happening, Skip. I don't see it happening. This is the ultimate cancel culture. They've made it up in their mind. Like I said, I understand the landscape and some of these issues, how they've changed. We've seen a lot of protests.
Yeah.
But, Skip, these 32 owners, they ain't budging.
So there were times in the past that I thought Colin saying I still want to play was just trying to play up his martyrdom, just to make him a more sympathetic figure because he had bigger fish to fry. He had bigger projects on the back burner that he wanted to pursue as a social justice warrior, a crusader. But this time, this feels real to me. Like he's just flat out saying, I want to play football. That's all. Just somebody give me a chance to come in and show you I can play football.
Skip, don't you think at some point in time in the last 5 years that these 30, because everybody hadn't had a Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes Everybody hadn't had an Aaron Rodgers that said, nah, we good at quarterback, we straight at quarterback. Everybody hadn't had one of those. And no one has called him. Not one. I haven't heard anybody say that a team called Cap.
I have not heard a peep about that. But it's clear that now he wants to play the most for Seattle, and Pete Carroll broaches the subject and then says talks have not progressed. Well, that's just low to me, right?
Because you brought up a subject that nobody was even thinking about. Cap wasn't even on people's radar, Skip. He's like, well, here, I know something you're going to probably mention it, Colin Kaepernick. No, Pete, we weren't going to mention Colin Kaepernick because there was no reason for us to mention Colin Kaepernick.
Okay. Well, I wish him well.
Colin was actually at Michigan's practice yesterday, guys, addressed the team, and by all accounts from players, they very much enjoyed that. All right, moving to the NFL. When we come back, where the Browns bidding against themselves to get Deshaun Watson. We're going to hear what a rival owner thinks when we return.